Okay, so I wanted to give my 2 cents about this Diddy situation. And I'm gonna just be real. I don't like good for the people that's, saying something and finally speaking up, cuz fear is real. And when you're dealing with very, very powerful people that's paying off cops, and they got freaking judges and DAs and all kind of people all up on the payroll, like, you got every right to be scared and, like, be careful. Because majority of people, let's be real, majority of people will sell their mama to have a level of power and money and access that Diddy has. And the crazy part is Diddy ain't even at the top of he ain't even at the top of the pyramid. Diddy barely became a billionaire. His employers are multi-billionaires. Like, Diddy and Jay-Z barely scratched the surface of the surface. Like, sometimes I really get annoyed listening or seeing these gossip channels talk about Diddy and Jay-Z and the ones that are just like them in between, because it's like, can y'all not think about a number past $1 billion? Like, I'm not really great at math, but I know that there is a number bigger than $1 billion. Like, again, their employers are multi-billionaires. They're not just barely $1 billion, worth 1.2 billion, worth 1.5 billion dollars. Like, these people got tens of billions of dollars. Like, their employers are like insanely rich, insanely powerful, and everybody's just talking about $1 billion. Like, that's the whole thing. Just a reminder, I want to make it very clear in this video that I am not defending Diddy, Jay-Z, or all the rest of them. Wrong is wrong. They should definitely be prosecuted for their crimes. I am not defending them in any way whatsoever. I'm just saying they are not the end all be all to what's going on, is what I'm saying. I'm not defending them in any way. They definitely need to be under the jail for participating in such things, if these things turn out to be true. I feel like people can't... It's so true, the saying, like, people can't see for you what they can't see for themselves. And when it comes to little things like money or whatever, people cannot see past $1 billion. Like, they can't even... Like, these freaking wannabe private investigators on YouTube or social media, period. It's like they can't see past $1 billion. Like, Jay-Z and Diddy are not even the surface of the surface. They're not the surface of the surface. And then people be talking about, oh, but they're a part of this Freemasonry thing and this little club of black rich people that basically are like bootleggers and runner boys for the richer men. Let's talk about it. Like, they're not that. They are the runner boys for more powerful men, powerful than them. All this stuff coming out about them, I'm not shocked about any of it. I'm not surprised by any of it. None of us should be shocked and surprised by any of it. But they're not the surface of the surface. This whole thing of the Illuminati, Jay-Z don't own shit. Jay-Z don't run shit. What's his name? Diddy don't own shit and don't run shit. They don't run a goddamn thing. They don't own a goddamn thing. And it's annoying that, like, especially the black people that keep trying to report on this shit and talk about how powerful they are not fucking powerful. Like, these, I hate that they keep trying to frame it like they're powerful. Like, them niggas is at the bottom
of the fucking pyramid. They with us. They with the poors of the world. Like, if you don't got $1 million, I hate to, let you know in case people get 2 nickels run together. You can't tell them nothing. They think they Oprah in this bitch. But in case you didn't know, they're not powerful. They're not powerful, and they are not that rich. They're not that rich. Having $1 billion, you're not rich. The people that's above them, them the ones. Them the ones. And Diddy is trying to pull a Epstein on that thing, and I feel like he's walking and pacing back and forth in circles, trying to figure out how he can make himself valuable to his employers. He's trying to figure out how he can make himself valuable to his employers, because as soon as, right now, it's like in the movies, they always take out the little kingpin, right? But when they take the kingpin out, they always have 3, 4, 5, 6 of them that spring up all over the place trying to take that kingpin spot. So instead of going to that one guy, now you got 4 or 5 of them trying to pick up the slack. So whatever Diddy was doing, there's like 5, 6 other Diddies running around with their own little small operations trying to grab all of Diddy's clients right now. The very rich and powerful are not stopping what they're doing. They're not stopping what they're doing. They're still doing what they're doing. And Diddy is over there trying to figure out, like I said, how he can really just save his own life right now. He don't even give a damn about that operation anymore. What I will say is, yeah, the more dangerous people, the actually dangerous people keep talking about the Illuminati and whatever. First of all, even if the Illuminati or whatever the organization is called is real, or whatever thing they got going on is real, Jay-Z and Beyonce and Diddy are not at the top of it. They're at the bottom of it. They are not at the top of the operation. They're the most seen, but that's because they're going to take the fall first. Just like Diddy taking the fall right now. The person who is really over the operation, who's really the head honcho in charge, we don't even know his or her name. That's the fucked up part. We don't even know his or her name. They're at the bottom of the totem pole. And I feel like, honestly, the majority of the world know that. And I just feel like, and I'm going to just say my opinion. I think, and I'm going to always feel this way, that people know that Diddy is not at the top of the hierarchy. And even if we knew the person's name or the people's name who are above him, I feel like people would just ignore it. The same way that they did the whole Epstein thing. People would just ignore it. Most people, once Epstein died, majority of the world care for actually getting justice and stopping what's going on with that whole situation. Just went away also with him. It died with him. It's very few people in the comment sections of anything that are like, okay, when are we going to follow up with the people on this list? Like, yeah, he died, but when are we going to follow up with the people on the list? Majority of the world don't care. Majority of the world don't care, and I feel like the majority of the world don't care is because majority of the world is just like him. They want the opportunity, even if they're not into stuff like that, like Epstein or Diddy and all that kind of stuff, they just want the opportunity to have access to do stuff like that. That's my opinion. I think they just want the opportunity to have access to act like them. I've been watching interviews of everybody's, what do you call them? Everyone's help, like bodyguards, publicists, and makeup artists, and everybody now is starting to speak out about not just Diddy, but the people that they work for. Everybody's starting to speak out now. And the things that they've seen and the things that they witnessed, and they not wrong, right, for being quiet and stuff like that, because they've seen people get crazy and act crazy for money. Be silent for money. Hell, they gotta be silent for money, but sometimes it's like they gotta be silent for their own life, for their own safety, because if they say something, no one's gonna miss the makeup artist, no one's gonna miss the maid, no one's gonna miss the driver, no one's gonna miss the bodyguard, no one's gonna miss them. Like, sometimes you gotta be quiet for your own life. Sometimes it ain't even about being quiet to get some money. So I don't like blame them for not like speaking up immediately when things are happening and things are popping off. But yeah, the real power is not with Jay-Z or Diddy. They don't have no fucking power for real. They're just the most seen because they're the fall guy. The people with the real power, y'all need to be, again, I feel like everybody knows this already, but I feel like people don't want to dismantle the system that we live in because maybe they're scared that a different system will be worse than the system that we're in. And I don't think that at all. I feel like we could create a better system if we have, you know, ideas already in place to take over that system instead of just letting it all fall. But then there's no plan, a healthier plan in place. Well, then, of course, the shit's going to be anarchy. It's like having a diet. Like, you can have a shitty diet and be like, okay, well, I'm not going to eat terrible food anymore. But if you don't have good food to insert into those slots, or healthy snacks to insert into those slots of when you're eating terrible, then it is going to be complete anarchy. And you are going to say, oh, the new diet don't work. Well, of course it didn't, because you didn't have anything healthy to take over from where you left off. I feel like it's the same thing with the system. I feel like majority of people are scared of dismantling the systems that they're in, not just the music industry or entertainment industry. I feel like everybody is scared to dismantle the systems that they're in, because they're fearing for, well, what if it's worse next time around? And I don't think nothing get worse than what we're watching or what we've already experienced. You know, I don't think it get worse than that. I don't think it get worse than what we've already experienced. That's just my opinion, though. The real power, we all know where it's at. We all know where it's at. They wear suits and stand behind a podium and shit. They buy presidents. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know where the real power is at. I feel like everybody knows where the real power is at. It's just crazy how... And it's sad because the majority of people are going to be satisfied with just seeing Diddy go down and not go after the people he's actually supplying, the people he's actually being the front guy and fall guy for. Like, people are going to be so satisfied with just seeing him go down. It goes deeper than that. It goes way deeper than Diddy. Like, we all, everybody, like, if you've seen any documentary, the literal entertainment industry, music, movies, film, they literally tell you media at its inception was always a tool to control the masses. They literally tell you that from the beginning of its inception, when they first started making films and silent films and all those films, they told people that from the jump, it was a tool. It was a propaganda tool. Media has always been a propaganda tool, which means everybody in the entire entertainment industry is an employee of the government or an employee of the very rich who owns the government. Hello somebody, let's talk about it. Like, I feel like, you know, everybody's, Cat Williams, he said the truth is coming, the truth. And he, you know, he did set off some shit. He set off some shit and the truth is coming out. But for me, it's more about how everybody is responding to the truth for me. I don't feel like the world or this country is really ready to let go and dismantle. Is the garbage man really came today? Damn. I could have put out the trash. I don't feel like the world is really ready to dismantle the real issues. I feel like everybody's comfortable with just having one little fall guy and we all clap and pretend like the world is, Gotham is safe now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all clap and pretend Gotham is safe now when we all know the evil people just go back to their regular scheduled programming, and then that's it. It sucks, but it's just the truth.